Action continues with Josh Clark from Australia, one of those going for glory, in line in the street in Naples in Florida on the ASA Pro Tour. Already 2 big wins for his to his name. That's Matt Salerno there, just 19, already used to winning at such a tender age. And Aaron Feinberg, the 1997 X Games champion, all of them competing for the Vans Triple Crown. This is the first leg of the triple in Naples even, in Florida, and we're going to see Salerno go first in the street at the Sanctuary Park course. Fantastic speed from this man. 65 seconds the run lasts. Watch the number of tricks they can perform. Go, 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 go. Salerno from Sydney stops for a second because the cameraman is in the way. Plants the rail. Top sole there. 540 across the hip. Grabs it and nails that coping. This is really like a deluxe street course. The skaters really like this particular venue because, well, it's comfortable, but exciting at the same time, if you get my drift. Still going flat out, front side Royale from Matt Salerno. Top sole the finish, and grinding up the rail. Hits it with a lot of speed. Look at that huge amplitude on the very first jump. Can anybody else get that high? I doubt it. Matt Salerno, 83.67 for first spot. Well, in Florida, the weather in summer is always pretty warm. 91 degrees, though, is more than warm. That is hot. Not only that, it's very humid. So it's pretty tough in terms of conditions for these competitors, although they're beginning to get used to the heat, having been here for a day or two. 10 competitors in the finals on the street, 65 seconds per run. As we were saying, 2 runs apiece, and it's the best of their 2 runs. It means they can take risks on the first run, because if they don't get it right, they've always got another chance and the second run to come. So it's Ricky Martinez next from Miami, 18 years old. He skates this course every day of his life, so he knows just where everything is, and a huge amount of confidence as he swings across. Having performed the fish brain alley-oop, gets up to the corner. Move aside, please. Plant. Backside Royale as he came down on that rail. Tremendous speed. Great performance. He knows exactly where he's going. He's worked out his line with great precision. And reaching parts of this course that other people have not reached. The judges will love it. 10 seconds to go on this, the first run for Ricky Martinez from Miami. Back into the mini ramp, up to the top. Just hesitates half a second, but really nothing to worry about. Consistent run. And the people of Naples and Florida applauding his efforts. Started it with a bang. Look at that, crosses his legs. Something like 500 degrees in that spin. 75.67 for Martinez. 4th spot for him. Well, from 18 years of age to 16 years of age. From Portland, Oregon. What a start. Starts from the top of the half pipe and a huge 180 acid drop down the transition. The X Games champion of 1997. He's so creative. Sweat stance, top side. and the Savannah to follow. Very difficult combination. And how about that? Oh, just catches his toe as he comes down there. Far side sole there. Look at him go. Looks very comfortable. Way over the top, lovely turn. Fakey into that hip. Takes a lot of energy to go at this pace for 65 seconds, but another top sole to a shuffle, sliding into the side of his boots. An amazing run. Really extraordinary. Got to be the run to beat. Very difficult variations. Grabbing Liu Kang, spinning around 270 to the sole variation over the spine. 86.33. That is a very, very high standard indeed. Well, while he enjoys the view from first place, look at the prelims. Mike Budnick, less consistent than usual. Sweat stance there, tried some very difficult tricks, but not good enough to get through to the finals. Marc Dubier. He got into the finals, but only in 10th spot. Squeaked in, but what about this? That was a lovely line on the long grind. His first score, though, in the first round wasn't terribly good. Just came in at 10th spot. Dion Anthony, who skated into 8th spot in the prelims. In the prelims, both runs count as far as the total score is concerned. They are not the ones that are really contesting the big final run. Well, at least Dubier is there at the moment, but not the others that we've seen. Budnick down there in 9th spot. And a big surprise, Hintzer of Mexico down in 10th position just now. We have the final run coming up in the street from Naples, so just stick with it, if you will. Frankston, Australia. Already known for his technical prowess. 5th spot as he comes into the final run. Nice alley-oop sole grind from Josh Clark. He's running along this course as if there's a man with a gun behind him. Big spin and a nice grind and over the pyramid.
35 seconds left. He's already gone up 6 for 1 run.
Gets set for the plant. Yeah, turns it. Goes backwards down the rail. That was nice. Still needs a big air or two, I think. A lot of speed, but there we go with an Elliott porn star grind. Lots of grinds, but come on, let's have a big air here. Josh will need something. There goes one, the 540. Little squirrely on the landing. And tries another one. Probably not big enough. Lots of tricks. 8 solid grinds. Never took his foot off the gas. And there he tries the grab, misses that, but a difficult landing, the blind landing. Josh Clark. Well, 82 from 5th to 3rd spot for Josh Clark.
Wow, in Barcelona there is nothing, so this is the best skate park that I've skated. So I think it's really cool, and I like to skate here.
Well, this guy, 8th spot after the first run, but loving every minute of it so far. Alexis Hita from Spain. New face on the tour, getting better and better. Doesn't copy anybody else's line. Huge 540. And then the frontside Farfignugan. Very nice. Again, just powers through the run. And doesn't let any stumble put him off his rumble. Really aggressive. 30 seconds to go. The man from Spain, misses that one. That's a shame. Comes from Barcelona, 20 years of age. That was very neatly done. Very difficult to do that combination. Good variation. Last 10 seconds coming up then. And a nice spin, landing it backwards. Whoa. Has he done, or is there one more to come? He's done. Solid run. He's all in. It's hot in Florida.
Next up, here he is.
Huge jump there. First jump of the routine. Absolutely explosive. Alexis Athea grabbing 78 points. Fourth spot for him. Still learning the ropes on the ASA Pro Tour. Marco Hintze from Mexico, ex-world champion.
Hey, I'll be killing you later.
Pressure sometimes, probably because the sponsors really want you to do the same, you know. And as time goes on, you know, a lot of the skaters tend to get better and better. And the level of inline skating now, the aggressive, is really hard now. You got to be on top and got to keep on skating, because if not, you'll be left back.
Killing you later.
Tell me when to go.
From Ensenada in Mexico, feeling the pressure, takes the drop, and then flies high. Lovely 360. Skated so well here at the World Championships back in 1997 when he became co-world champion. And it's tough to live up to a run so good as that was. Great sweat stance grind, 270 degrees off it. Loves to go into the big spins. Does Marco Hintze, 20-year-old. Flies down. Neat. Big speed, goes in backwards. Oh, great control. Very creative. Brilliant piece of skating. He will use every last second of his run. Comes back, hustles on down. Beautifully down the rail with a UFO. And finishing with a 360 fakie. Marco mixed it up very well. Look at that, a new trick for him, a flat spin. Changing the axis. Marco Hintze from Mexico. He's up to fourth from 10th. That's a big rise. But he's not going to win it. Aaron Feinberg in first spot at the moment, 86.33. Fantastic. Let's see this start again. Starts on top of the half pipe. Look at the drop. Incredible. What a start. Oh, huge up and over. Then a big fakie 720. Really. This boy is brilliant. Oh, what a shame. Falls down. He's been taking risks. He had such a good first run, taking the risk. Rarely falls. Known for his consistency, but has a fall. How's that going to affect him, I wonder? Let's see. Has he lost his rhythm a little bit? Seems to have lost a bit of speed. That wasn't too clever. A little sketchy. Grimaces away a bit. But Feinberg from Portland in Oregon, 16 years of age, no. Concentration's now gone. He knows that it really doesn't matter. He's never going to beat that 86.33. As soon as he fell over, this run was really just for show. Nice backslide at the end, though. Well, his 86.33 will stand from the first run, but that was nice. The nice backslide shuffle. Feinberg showing true grit right at the end there, 77.67. Not a bad score, actually, considering there were one or two mistakes in it. But Matt Salerno next.
Just get a lot of speed and just jump. I mean, I've done a lot of Launchbox demos and just, you know, a lot of shows, a lot of practice on there, and it's one of my strong points on vert. It's my strong point on street, and grinding's still kind of working on that. I'm starting to get it now, but, you know, rails and all that kind of stuff, but I still rather go big on street, you know, just gaps and all that kind of stuff.
mind the gap. Aaron Feinberg's lead under threat from Matt Salerno. Hardly ever loses vert, but on the street, can he beat Feinberg? Feinberg with that great first run. Salerno starts with a lot of good intention and great speed and height on his jumps as well. The 19-year-old from Sydney, Australia. Comes up, wants to take the rail. Please, out of the way, Mr. Cameraman, would you? Non-stop routine. Doesn't skip a beat. Salerno knows all about pressure. Seeded to go last. Thrives on the pressure. 25 seconds to go. Grabbing. Locking into every trick. One grind after another, spinning, and the momentum on and on and on. Extra points for every trick he performs. And Salerno grinds up to the top. He really went for it. He really went for it. Is it enough, though? Look at that start. Huge height. Kicks out as well. The Lukang there. 270-degree rotation. But is it enough? Not quite. 85 points. Salerno into second position. And it means Aaron Feinberg's first run is enough for him to win in Naples, Florida. 86.33 his score. Brilliant piece of work from Feinberg, the youngster, the 16-year-old. Salerno in second spot. And the local boy Martinez, a great seventh position for him. So there we are, that's it. Feinberg in fine form, and Straharek won on the water. That was Yoz action. Until next week, take care, won't you? Bye-bye now. In Florida, because he is about to run in the vert ramp, inline. He hasn't lost a vert competition since he won the World Championships last October. He is such a brilliant performer. The man from Australia, almost untouchable. Can skate equally well off either foot. All of his tricks he can do in both directions. If you can imagine riding with your opposite hand, this guy can skate with his opposite foot, leading, no problem. Very technical as well as being very physical. That's what makes him such a formidable opponent. Look at the control. Beautiful backside grind there, and finishes it all with beautiful technical poise. Matt Salerno. A 720, an unnatural 720, and this brilliant air there, more than 6 feet above the ramp. 77 points. Matt Salerno, top of the board. So the weather in Naples, Florida for this ASA Pro Tour inline competition is hot and humid, but there is a sea breeze. And there it is, helping matters at Sanctuary Skate Park, as 10 competitors in the finals are hoping to get the top spot. 50 seconds per run, 2 runs, the best score counts. Marks out of 100. And it's Javier Buhanda. With only the best score counting, it means that the guys can take more of a risk. And let's see what Buhanda does. 19 years of age, the Spaniard. Historically, he loves the flips and the spins, but now mixes it with more technical lip grinds and so on that the judges want to see. Good to watch, this fella. inverted on the 722 full body rotations, and every move he does it with a lot of energy. Good grabber. Grabs as well as he goes inverted. He's done a sweat stance for us. He's done all sorts of different moves. Ends with another spin. 540 upside down. Good height and a great grab. Nice method position. And travels 2 panels across on the ramp there to get himself a 67-67. Third spot for the Spaniard. Cesar Mora is next, 24-year-old. Another fellow from Sydney, Australia. The 2 great rivals. This fellow has played soccer in Madrid and apparently in the Aussie national squad as well. And launches himself right into the heavens. Gets closer to the sun than just about anybody. He does it all for himself, this man. He's very acrobatic. Loves to play in the vert ramp. And to hell with the results, really. You can feel the joy coming out of this guy as he does these amazing tricks. Goes through the routine with great, real joy and happiness. Loses it there. Not one of the biggest of these skaters. Bit of an effort to get to the top. Down he comes again. Coming in backwards. Holds it. Up on the coping. Zamora. Big jump. Look at the height there with a double grab on the right and then the left boot. Or was it vice versa? Anyway, 73.33. Second position for Cesar Mora. Solano leads. Budnik of the United States is next. Then Buhanda from Spain. And another Australian, Fogarty, in 5th spot after round 1. Well, coming next, we have the final run from Naples. So, stay where you are, won't you? It's the SA Pro Tour from Naples in the United States on the vert ramp. And we're in for the second and final run with Todd Grossman, a 21-year-old. He comes from Rochester in New Hampshire, not noted for producing great skaters. He goes pretty big in the ramp, but he's still gaining experience. 900-degree spin just there. One of his problems is he doesn't tuck his knees in hard enough. The grabs aren't really accentuated enough. He doesn't quite get into the tuck. However, having said that, he really does give it what he can. And he's linking together some pretty neat moves. But you'll see what I mean when he doesn't get his knees quite high enough into his chest. Just at the tail end of his run. Last move. And he couldn't make up his mind what to do. The big spin. Shall I go for a Miller flip or an invert? I'm not sure. What shall I do? That big spin there, though, 900 degrees. 67.67, 4th spot for Todd Grossman. So what's the key to winning these contests? Simple, really. Just smile.
If you skate like you always skate, having fun, you know, you don't worry about winning. You're always going to skate better than when you're seriously, concentrating on what you need to do. If you just relax and laughing, mucking around, having fun, just not caring, really. I mean, caring, but not worrying, stressing about it. When you stress, you always tend to tense up and start missing tricks. And when you miss one trick, you worry about hitting the next trick, and then if you miss the next trick, then you worry about and then the rest of your runs just, it makes you feel bad about the way you skated, I guess.
Okay, smile, remember? VRL Popper, 19 years of age. He smiles. He's a real clown. From Jacksonville, Florida, just down the road. Will always play to the audience, and he's much improved. Amazing tricks, and he pushes hard. Always aggressive going forward. Nice little grind there as well. Good invert. He's so confident. Oh, yes. Using all the ramp, too, from one corner to the next.
Oh, boy, switch. It's resistance.
And that's that to finish it. Amazing how many of them on the last jump of all just lose the concentration. He wasn't quite high enough on that last jump. Didn't get right to the top of the coping before taking it, and his feet on the descent stood out from under him. But 69 points, goes way up to 4th for Viorel Popap. It's Mike Budnick next, 23-year-old from Irvine in California. He's begun to challenge the men like Mora and Soleno, the Aussies who dominate. Terrific upper body strength, this man.
Going big, head high.
But as well as that body strength now, he's improved his armory of tricks, especially his lip moves. And that wonderful flat spin that we just saw then, the first one we've seen in this competition. It's very difficult to pull off. And the alley-oop fish brain from him. Oh, and how about that? Topside sweat stance from Budnick. Very ingenious and good to watch. Some of the most difficult tricks of the lot from Mike Budnick. He was a wrestler for some years, used his stamina there to skate all the way through to the end of the run. Look at that flat spin. Very difficult to do. That was fantastic. 70 points up to 3rd for Mike Budnick, the man from Irvine in California. It's the 17-year-old from Holland who goes next. Sven Borkhorst making a big name for himself in Europe and now trying to do it in the United States as well. Was at the X Games. Great trick vocabulary. Big spins, nice holds, going in backwards. Controls it on the coping. Doesn't get quite as much air as some of them do, but a lot of tricks, that's for sure. His first year on the tour, Team Rollerblade in Europe. This is Team. And among his tricks, well, a backside Fahrvergnügen and a topside Soyal. Only let down by his lack of fight on his routine. But he's only just 17, so this is a man to watch. Oh, nice last backflip, but pity he just fell over. That's going to be good enough to get him in the top 4 or 5 for sure. Again, leaps up onto the coping and controls it. The topside Soil there. So, after Borkhorst, it's Cesar Mora. Mora wants top spot. He's just behind his buddy from Australia. And look at that jump. He's got to have the biggest air of them all. Whoa, huge 720. 6 feet out of the ramp and keeps it going. Now, good invert on the extension. Putting in some technical bits that the judges love to see, as well as those big jumps and the spins. Less than 10 seconds now. And a lovely back flip. Oh yes, a 900 on the buzzer. Well, that's brilliant. Kept it going all the way through. Tremendous stamina from the man who used to play soccer in the Aussie squad. So many big tricks. The 900. 2.5 full rotations there, one of his best. 79.67 up to first place for Cesar Mora from Sydney. But Matt Salerno's seen all this before. He's so often the last to go in the second run by virtue of the fact that he's led after run number 1, and somehow he always seems to come through and pull it out. He knows what he's got to do. Something like that. Big and controlled and inventive and technical and so relaxed as well. 720s with a lot of enjoyment and a lot of flair. This is the man they all want to emulate nowadays, Matt Salerno. And look at all the variety, the inverts, the unnatural 720s, the eggplant hook twists, the porn star grinds, big airs, all non-stop. Beautiful. Oh, yes. Finishing with a 0 spin to fish brain. That is brilliant stuff from Matt Salerno. Gets the plaudits from the crowds and the judges as well. Look at that massive air. Almost flawless, 85.33. Wins it by a good distance.
Well, guys, we've been here before. Matt Salerno, Cesar Mora, first and second place again. Matt, you were pretty relaxed all the way until the last run. Once again, Cesar puts the pressure on. What's up with that?
No, I think he just likes doing that to me. But that last run, I watched him, and he busted out, and he just set me off and just made me want to skate, as hard as I could.
Cool.
So,
Cess, when you come out there, you're totally pushing it.
I was so happy with the way I put together my last run that second's okay, doesn't matter. I mean, I enjoyed the way I skate there, and I loved it, and I'll do it like that every comp.
So Matt Salerno takes the title at Naples, Florida. One Australian followed by another. Cesar Mora, the old 1-2. And Buckhurst came in third spot. So there we are, Europe and Australia making their mark. The best of the Americans, Budnick back in fourth. Well, that's it from this edition of Yoz Action. Hope you enjoyed it. There'll be more to come on Eurosport, so stay with it, won't you? Bye-bye now.